Welcome back to the Great Revival. We've walked through Palm Sunday, the triumph. We sat in the upper room on Holy Thursday, the intimacy, the bread, the cup, the garden. And now we arrive at the darkest day of Holy Week, Good Friday. And I want to start right there with the name. Because if you've ever stopped and thought about it, it almost doesn't make sense. Good Friday, the day Jesus was arrested, beaten, mocked, and crucified, how is any of that good? Stay with me, because by the end of this, I think you'll understand exactly why we call it that. It starts before sunrise. Jesus is still in the Garden of Gethsemane when Judas arrives, one of his own 12, leading a crowd of soldiers and religious officials. Judas walks up and greets Jesus with a kiss, and that kiss is the signal. That's how they know who to arrest. Jesus is taken. His disciples scatter. Peter follows at a distance, and before the night is over, denies 3 times that he even knows him. Jesus is dragged before the Jewish high council, then before Pilate, the Roman governor, then before Herod, and back to Pilate again. He is accused, interrogated, mocked. The soldiers put a crown of thorns on his head and a purple robe on his shoulders, and they bow down in front of him sarcastically, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews." Pilate finds no basis for a charge against him. He tries to release him. But the crowd, the same city that shouted Hosanna just 5 days earlier, cries out, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" And Pilate hands him over. Jesus is forced to carry his own cross through the streets of Jerusalem to a place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. And there, at 9 a.m, they crucify him. Crucifixion was designed to be the most humiliating, most painful way to die. It was reserved for criminals and enemies of the state. It was public. It was slow, and it was meant to send a message. This person is nothing. And yet, Luke 23:34 records what Jesus says from that cross. "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Let that land. He is in agony. He is surrounded by people who have mocked him, beaten him, and nailed him to wood. And his first words are a prayer of forgiveness for the very people doing it. That is not weakness. That is the most powerful thing any human being has ever said. From noon until 3 p.m, darkness covers the land, not clouds. Darkness. The sun stops shining, and at 3 o'clock, Jesus cries out in Matthew 7:46, my God, why have you forsaken me?" This is a quote from Psalm 22, a psalm of suffering that ends in deliverance. But in this moment, Jesus is bearing something no one else has ever carried. He is taking on the sin of the entire world. Every broken thing, every act of cruelty, every moment of shame, every failure, every wound, and he is absorbing it all so that it doesn't have to stay on us. He is not abandoned by God. He is doing the work of God. But the weight of carrying our sins separates him even from the Father in that moment, and he bears it anyway. Then Jesus says, "It is finished," and he breathes his last. The curtain of the temple, the thick, heavy curtain that separated the people from the presence of God, tears in two from top to bottom. Not from the bottom up like a human would tear it, from the top down. God tears it. The barrier between humanity and God is gone. Access granted forever. Here's the answer. We call it Good Friday, not because suffering is good, not because injustice is good, not because watching an innocent man die is good. We call it Good Friday because of what that death accomplished. Romans 5:8 says, "But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." Not after we cleaned ourselves up, not after we got it together, while we were still sinners, while we were the ones in the crowd shouting, "Crucify him," while we were the ones who scattered and denied and betrayed, he died for us. The cross is where justice and mercy kissed. It's where the debt we could never pay got paid in full. It's where the story that looked like it was over was actually just beginning. Good Friday is good because love won, even when it looked like love lost. Today, if you're carrying something heavy, guilt, shame, grief, regret, I want you to hear this. Jesus already carried it. That's what the cross is. That's what "it is finished" means. You don't have to carry what he already bore. Receive it. Let it be finished in your life too. We're not at the end of the story yet. Sunday is coming. Until next time, stay strong in faith. God's got you.